Hello again. Whenever somebody speculates about possible differences in temperament and intelligence between different human races or ethnic groups, some fool is bound to pop up and remark that all humanity belong to a single species, and that it must therefore be the case that the members of all groups, whether black Africans, Chinese, or Caucasian, have a good deal more in common than they have differences, and that genetically, because they are a single species, any possible variations must essentially be trifling and hardly worth mentioning. It is, of course, a debatable point whether all humans do belong to a single species, but let us for a moment assume this to be true. Does this mean that different subgroups of the same species cannot be more intelligent or aggressive, more social or less social, safer to be around or not than others? Perhaps it might help if we consider the case of another bunch of mammals which comprise a single species. Canis familiaris, or the domestic dog. All dogs, all pet dogs, all working dogs, all belong to that single species. But there is enormous variation between different groups of the species in intelligence and aggression. To give two examples, take sheepdogs, for instance. For a working dog of this kind, you want both intelligence and a lack of ferocity. You want a dog which is clever enough to obey instructions and will not go mad and then tear out the throat of the nearest sheep. Border collies are ideal for this task. Few people would perhaps choose an American Pit Bull Terrier for such a task, as they are constitutionally unsuited. They belong to the same species as border collies. They differ in intelligence and temperament. Although they comprise only 6% of the dogs in the United States, pit bulls are responsible for almost 70% of attacks on humans by dogs and over half of dog-related deaths. If this single species of mammals can differ so greatly in certain inherent characteristics between different breeding groups, is it not possible that the same case might apply to humans? If not, why not? What makes humans so different? I am not incidentally speculating upon which group of humans might match the pit bulls in this case that I mentioned above. Considering the number of wars waged on Earth and the numbers slaughtered in these various conflicts, it is, I suppose, possible to make the case that Europeans are the most savage group of all. Conversely, of course, there might also be the candidates for the most intelligent and ingenious subgroup of the species. I am not, you understand, advancing this as an hypothesis, but rather wondering out loud why the very idea seems to enrage some people who will dismiss the idea out of hand. I would be interested to know if anybody commenting here can explain clearly and succinctly why they feel that this idea is preposterous and unworthy of consideration.